Diego's the immortal VP.
Naku, lakad mo
Normally. But it depends on if they want to play mid or not.
Choose your hero.
Okay.
Okay,
So
Rupture is also a solution to Timbersaw, I suppose.
is it Bristle off lane?
Gunner
It's gonna be
mid
mid.
Bristle.
Okay. Okay.
To get chased is Gunner creating a lot of space here. And you can see in terms of the CS, they're pretty much even. As Saberlight able to get out with that Timber Chain. But the toss back into the tower. Avalanche doesn't keep him in play, so this could potentially be first blood. Husky pops the Fairy Fire along with the wand, but it's not going to be enough. And Moon Meander claims first blood.
You're just destroying the matchup. Like, that is... that's the dream for a mid laner. Arguably more than killing somebody, because they lose a whole wave of XP.
Yep, Costa Bile doing quite well. There's the Avalanche from Moon Meander, tossed back actually into the air so they can get a nice Mortimer's enemy with this buff of his. Is he just going to chase down Bryle now, which, of course, the mid laner. So great turnaround from Nouns as they find Saberlight as well.
Dude, that is just, like, incredible heads up that you're farming, and then you're just, like, mowing it down with your axes. Just farming, like, multiple camps at once as Dubu.
Yep. Oh, that's not the greatest synergy between the Roar and the Rupture, but Dubu's almost certainly going to die here. Yeah, and for Tomato, it's going to be an AC next. Bryle's big power spike. I mean, he's had this blink for a bit now, as we're going to see the hook shot. And that is going to lead to another kill into Dubu. Pops his mech, but not enough to stay alive. And Saberlight looking for the trade, but he's going to get ruptured immediately. Tomato, with the cover of the Mortimer's Kisses, a lot of damage coming out. And Gunner forced to try to run away. He's already at half HP. Has to be careful here. That's the Aghanim Scepter now. As you can see, Saberlight really wants to follow in. Bloodright not quite there. But he's getting bursted from afar thanks to Zefrig's magic damage. Cooking not quite in range. The Avalanche is there, though.
Oh, double
with the Chakram as well. The concoction onto two heroes and toss back in as well. But Moo gets off the Roar and the Bloodright is coming. But the BKB already activated from Tomato. At the very least for Nouns, they will take out Saberlight. So a lot of trades. I'm not even sure who that favors in the... It feels like a really good game, though, because you have Bristle in front. You have Clockwork, who will end up being in front, and Bloodseekers just fighting in people's faces. So you just have this...
Man, they got Bryle.
Yeah, Bryle, hook shot. Gets off the cookie, though, as the battery. So you can see Husky has his shard as he's able to dodge out that spell from Bryle. The spell, the ultimate doom for him. And yep, and Nouns. I mean, they still have the Aegis, and we'll see what they're able to get out of it. They've gotten a couple kills as Dubu positioning himself to die first again, but the Hawk is taken out, so no vision for Nouns. Oh, but the toss back into the fray, into the concoction as well. As they're going to try to beat down Gunner. Again, this is just the Aegis. Oh, he's actually going to get away with just a sliver of HP. Very unfortunate for TSM, as now the Mortimer's Kisses is just going to be dodged by that BKB on Costa Bile.
I think Moo's dead.
Yeah, he's going to be the one that drops with the hook shot in by Husky. Trying to buy a little bit of space. In the end, they still find
evasive, like not wanting the other one to get the jump. And Nouns, they drew for the full wraparound, but they
Jetpack Husky looking for the hook shot. He'll find it. He actually stuns two heroes. Saberlight completely segregated from the rest of his team. He gets stunned in the middle of the Timber Chain. Then the Mortimer's Kisses coming in from way long range. You can see Tomato beating the crap out of everybody. 2 kills for him already. Moon Meander looks like he's going to be the first to fall. That's actually 3 dead for TSM. Triple kill on Gunner as Bryle and Gunner going head to head. Tomato getting the better of it. And we talked about how, in theory, it's actually really good this game, but in practice so far, hasn't really had too big of an effect as Moon Meander getting caught out. But, I mean, going back to that fight, because I feel like that's the fight that we're going to... Oh, I have to hold that thought, as looks like TSM are going to get the favorable trade, position 4 for 3. With the Aegis still online for another 2 minutes. The shard was consumed by Tomato, so he didn't end up buying it for himself. A little greedy from him.
He's very greedy.
Moon Meander's dead. I mean, who would you have given it to, though? You don't want Ancient Creeps?
Oh, that was very close.
We're going to go for Chen. I'm still thinking of the Ags, by the way. You're saying Chen. I'm saying Timber. Okay. Not Timber. Snapfire. Could be Timber, though, as well. Okay, we're going to see the initiation here. As Bryle, look at the damage coming out, but he's done with the little Shredder. Actually lived through that. 95 seconds of the wild axes that have a 0 cooldown. As we're going to see the Avatos from Moon Meander into the Scatter Blast. Okay, he finally pops that cheese with the BKB, and TSM, they're getting picked apart now. The roar from afar, they're going to be able to take out Brawl right off the bat, but Saberlight is getting saved by Tomato. Ends up chopping down one, but it looks like Costa Bile is just doing so much damage now with that Bloodright and Blood Rage. That shard is doing work with that pure damage. Double kill.
So what did that drop?
Yeah, we're getting the hook shot in. Nimbus keeping them at bay. Costa Bile is extremely low. Obviously still with the Aegis, though. They don't have to commit. Moon Meander getting force-staffed. Still ruptured. More ruptures in. Dubu gets tossed back into the Nimbus, and he'll drop as a result. 50 seconds of no Chen. But they used a couple ruptures here. Gold. I mean, I wasn't thinking this at the time, but I obviously know this.
Oh, I see.
When it's the red one.
We're so fucking stupid. We're so bad at our jobs.
Why are we hired?
I don't know.
Oh, the rupture. Bryle doesn't get the initiation he wants, but Moonman gets the Avatos back into the... But Costa Bile is the one he tosses into Bryle, and Bryle drops. Saberlight. Oh, the TP actually gets canceled thanks to the Thunderbolt. Another roar comes in. I think Nouns are doing it. 3 dead, no buyback for TSM. The comeback is real for Nouns. Triple kill for Gunner. GG is called.
Holy shit. They did it.
What a game.
Just
Holy
like that,
crap.
It's over.
Wow,
Okay,
it's offlane like this. Who would've guessed?
So Kunkka, they were lacking catch on the side.
Years.
2 years.
Seriously, 100%.
All right, got to hold your horses here. This might be a level 1 fight. Saberlight, he's going to potentially get caught here. The Arctic Burn slowing him down, but a nice Ice Shards for Moon Meander. But he's going to get caught off by that Avalanche, and the right clicks are enough. So first blood the way of Nouns, and specifically going to Z-Freak. Probably not the one they wanted it on, but they'll take Nouns. And I know they've tried to do this in the past, where, you know, Gunner's playing these really weird heroes. This Costa Bile is just going to get... actually gets stuck inside the Ice Shards. Yep. Got the Cold Embrace to keep him alive, but the Nether Toxin the fall, and you can see TSM really trying to go for this. So Rage is popped as Costa Bile uses that extra movement speed to get away. But that's their biggest strength, as Husky is taking a lot of damage. He's actually going to fall as a result. Focusing on Mu as he just walks right past,
right past him.
Z-Freak. And it looks like Mu is certainly dead here, and the last hit goes to Dubu on the support Dawnbreaker.
And Bryle actually doesn't even have to cast a single ability.
You just use that fat body. They're going to get another kill in the bot lane as Saberlight kind of resigned to his death. Oh, all right. Thought he saved him, but Moon Meander, that was a dead corpse he had inside his snowball. Yep. And Ghoul Frenzy doing quite a bit of nothing.
These offlaners have been the focus of both of the mids as they're rotating, so they're not feeling too bad about themselves.
Yep, and the fight for the 8-minute rune. Starbreaker connects onto 2. The AoE on that was crazy, but Moon Meander taking the brunt of this damage as Dubu left in a 1v2, although Z-Freak helping out in the 3v1 now. As you would think they'll eventually be able to find Dubu, but the Avalanche, okay, the Torrent actually did not connect. Is Brawley in a 1 versus 4, but Tomato comes in with that waveform. Cold Embrace saving Gunner for now. Tomato doesn't have a ton of mana to work with. Might have to back here as the creeps are kind of blocking him. TP support coming, but another Avalanche into the toss, and that's a kill onto Tomato. Huge kill for Nouns. Gunner staying alive, but Moon Meander looking to finish him off. He finally does so, and it will almost certainly be at the cost of his own life. As Costa Bile, the position 1 lifestealer, comes to help out as well, as this is turning into a crazy fight. Bryle back into the fray, and he's just going to die here after TPing in. Trying to get killed by the creeps, but a double kill for Costa Bile. Z-Freak getting saved by Husky. And Costa Bile using that Ghoul Frenzy to high effectiveness. Didn't have the Avalanche quite up yet, but you can see Mu inside that shapeshift form. Gets off the Avalanche. The Snowball saving Bryle for the time being, but he's going to get tossed and brought down by Husky. Another death for Bryle, as Saberlight just going to get completely surrounded, and Nouns are just taking over this game. Hammer. Well, Dubu gets a little bit of space, but not enough to get away. So 3 kills out of nowhere as Moon Meander, he wants to try to find a solo kill, but another Centaur Stomp coming in and another punish by Nouns. My goodness. This is looking very tough for TSM. I mean, the one hero that hasn't really, I mean, he's died once, I think, is Tomato's Morphling, which we'll talk about in just a moment. Gunner getting the counter initiation with the Avatos. A considerable amount of damage, but ends up dodging out that Starbreaking. You can see Tomato has actually come this time. It's off the waveform, focusing on the Wyvern to start. They'll get that. Avatos, but that's a pretty tanky target. Costa Bile doesn't want to chase any further.
I think even the Bracer, like maybe people would not go for the Bracer in a lot of games. So yeah,
he's just farming.
He's having a
big time.
Yeah, he's like farming heroes too. Because I mean, this hero.
Yeah, Moomiander. That's going to be death number 8.
Yeah, speaking of farming heroes. Yeah, Lifestealer does not really hit creeps too quickly. So if he has a 3k gold to 50-second cooldown, what the hell is this? You know what I mean? That's kind of how that feels from the...
What's the cooldown? You're talking about the damage over time single target, right?
Yeah. There's not one on the map, so I can't click to see it. I think it's like 30 or 40 seconds, something like that, maybe even longer.
Oh, well, looks like Saberlight's going to be taken out by Gunner. The scouting out from that Thunder God's Wrath. Tomato forced to TP out in the midst of Costa Bile's right. Trying to get some D-ward action. Gets off the snowball and the Walrus Punch, actually getting a nice block on Namu, but a big avalanche canceling out the Starbreaker as Dubu and Moomiander are done. Nouns are just clicking on all cylinders right now.
Yeah, I mean, and a toss back, that's on Tomato.
Yep, this would be a gigantic kill, but he gets the waveform off safely. Bryle trying to save his teammates to put himself in a bit of a precarious spot. It gets away just fine, but I say that, the toss back, and that is a dead Kunkka. Now, GG is called from Moomiander. That is that's quite early, but
wow.
I can see they are tilting. There's no...
Yeah.